pretty much your question is,
What do I do?
what do you do pertaining to a relationship that didn't work out because of your past and how you were in the past, pretty much?
Yes.
And now it's like, okay, you still want to hold on to it because of all the things you invested in the relationship?
Yes, because I'm.
Or you saying you just want to rekindle it and should you work towards your guys reuniting again type? You just trying to reconnect back with the same woman in the past, or should you move forward? That's what you're saying?
Yes, I feel like I shouldn't let go of this.
All right.
Something's telling me not to.
Okay, so does she want to be with you? Do you know that?
Yeah.
You know
She
that?
does. She tells me she does. But her actions speak different.
Her actions speak different as in what?
Like, she doesn't answer the phone for a year, and then she, I don't know, just like...
Okay, so she pretty much just wants you evident in her life when it comes down to what you guys have already established. When it comes down to the relationship. You know what I'm saying? But intimately, as far as you servicing her mentally or any type way, physically or spiritually, I should say, that's not something that she finds relevant. If it was, she wouldn't have left you in the gray area for a year. You follow me?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that to say, not to like discourage you, I'm saying it to say as in, okay, now it would be great if you took your time while you in here, conditioned yourself. You know what I'm saying? You ain't no old dude, nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got a good heart, man. You got a good head on your shoulders. You might want some things that are good and healthy for you. If I were you, I would reconstruct myself, work out, get buff. Just, you know what I mean? Just take care of my physical health. You know what I'm saying? And get out there and see if I, someone who is actually for me that can make or find me relevant versus trying to hold on to things in the past that don't find you relevant. You follow what I'm saying? That's something that I had to learn. There are people in my past that I feel like, in a sense, find me valuable. You know what I'm saying? Find me to be somebody in their life. You follow what I'm saying? But really, the truth is, like, I'm only relevant as relevant as I make myself in their life. Meaning, I would have to do the extending, you know what I'm saying? Or overly extending myself, I would have to initiate most of the things when it comes down to making myself relevant. A person would initially just be like, hey, how you doing? Reach out, write me. You know what I'm saying? Get hold to my family. None of that. You know what I mean? So, I've learned how to have things and not possess them and care as much as a person wants you to care. That's just my advice to you. You know what I'm saying? That's something that, even though I know, and it's not to like redirect you as a parent now, but even though y'all got children together, it doesn't make you, you know what I'm saying, actually somebody to her. You know what I mean? I think that what really is the main factor of why she concerns herself with you to this day is because y'all have children together. You know what I'm saying? If it was something that was really like a priority for her and she really found you to be like her one or somebody that she really is truly attracted to, you know what I'm saying? That type of interest would be so evident, bro. It's undeniable. It's not something that you would have to question. You know what I'm saying? There's not, it would be too obvious. It would be automatically known, homie. So with that being said, I'm only just sharing that with you to let you know, like, hey man, care as much as the person wants you to care. Don't like have and possess that. Don't live in an illusion. And make yourself think that it's because she fixes her mouth to say that she wants to be with you, and you start wrapping your ideas around that as if it make it a reality when it's really not. You know what I'm saying? Outside of what you're seeing. Most of the time, what you're seeing is what a person is saying. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever, live in the potentiality of what could be based off of the dreams and illusions they cast with their words. You know what I mean? Man, I've had that experience in so many ways, man. Like, I've been engaged since I've been in prison, man, and I done had my experiences of actually devoting myself to a person who really, fed me the words as if I was somebody, and truly I wasn't. You know what I mean? And I was so like bamboozled and fooled to the point of believing her because of the children even being in cahoots with her actually claiming that I was somebody, but all the while it was someone in the background servicing her physical needs. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I wasn't really man enough to really accept. So I'm not saying to try to take on a relationship while you're in prison either. I wouldn't advise that for no man. That's something that I've learned that is selfish on our part. Knowing that you're not really able to, provide in the totality that you are capable of because you're incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? So physically, those physical needs, I can't say it's an actual need, but those physical desires and wants that a woman would prefer, you're not able to service in a totality. You know what I'm saying? So to look to have a type of companionship or relationship with a woman, with knowing that she has those type of underlying desires, would be selfish on your part to just think that, she can withstand or endure, those type of wants and needs for real. You know what I mean? You know, some women are, you know, they have the mental stability to be able to not really find the physical aspect of things. They're not really so delved in or invested in the 3D world to where the tangible things are something that they're stimulated from. You know what I mean? So you got a lot of women who are not really so much solely invested in just the physical aspect of being in a relationship. You know what I mean? You just not being there. And most women are really more furnished based off of, you know, the mental and spiritual stability that you can provide for them. You know what I mean? But man, I ain't gonna say bank on that, bro. Like, yeah, so just me learning that, I would not allow myself or put a woman in a position to uphold, you know what I mean, certain aspects of, I would say, our dispositions and promises and vows or whatever we make, you know what I mean, with each other. And I'm in here, you know what I mean? I'm not here there to secure her in a total sense, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna sit here and put that out there like, hey man, it's best to be in a relationship while you're incarcerated. Mind you, like I said, it's totally up to the woman, you know? And I ain't saying that this generation is really, they got that many type of women in this world, you know what I mean? Who really actually makes a man who's in his calamity relevant for real, you know? I'm not saying that they're not devoting women out there. I'm just saying that it's not really, you know, something that is like an actual pick or a preference to a woman. Like she has that in her list of choosing men, that a man incarcerated is one of her choices. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of women who would find the man relevant while he's incarcerated, you know, kind of trying to, well, they somewhat aloof from the title or the judgment of being within a low self-esteem if you got to deal with a man who's in prison. You know what I'm saying? But that's not really the case. You know, some women just truly, you know, absolutely love, you know, the essence of whoever that man is. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when you find that type of relationship, it's somebody that you don't really already known off the street and before you went in. You know what I mean? And like with her, you know, you never know what she's really truly going through. But for you not to be really really relevant to her to that point, if you were somebody, I ain't gonna lie, she would write you. She would find some way or use whatever venue of communication she can or has to, you know, stay connected with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I wouldn't say, hey man, jump down, you know, on pursuing that and invest your energy on it. I wouldn't, you know, wrap my mind around that, bro. So, you know, that's not really somewhat of a tough or difficult question. I think something you already had in heart of knowing, you know what I mean? Because you digested my response just that easily. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's an understanding that you already had of knowing where you really actually stood with that woman. Kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For real.
It's age, brother.
Say that again?
Age.
What about the age?
She's 50 years.
So she's damn near 60 years old.
Yeah.
And you are 30?
34.
God.
24 years difference. I met her when I was 16.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get into that. I don't even, what the fuck? Alright, so, bro, like, it's not that, you know, it's, I mean, of course, she's not your contemporary, because y'all age difference is totally different now. But what I'm saying is that, you know, just...
Do you believe in God that works in mysterious ways?
Yeah, I mean, hey, man, y'all...
Maybe he put her, we met for a reason.
Of course.
And maybe it was because I had a broke down family growing up. Like a broken family, full of addictions.
Okay.
And it was meth, was the addiction in my family. And I believe he set me out, got me out of that home. I believe we met because he seen my faith in I believe that he seen that I was calling out to him and didn't want to live that lifestyle at a young age. And I believe that he put her in place to teach me how to grow up.
Word.
And because now that at age I got enough knowledge to get through my life, to be able to work as a man, to be able to support a child. I got knowledge to be able to do all this.
Yeah.
There's more to it, but like I can't get it out of the way.
No, but you're saying pretty much that she serves in a way of really actually, you know, in a good factor in your life, to where now, you know, the direction that you could have been life, you know, was a detrimental thing, but you were saved in certain areas based off of her coming in your life, and there's a significance in why she's in your life. Well, yeah, you two got children now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say not keep a bond with her. You know what I mean? Hell no. What I'm just saying is that when it comes down to investing your life into an individual, you know, that makes you relevant, but to a degree. You follow me? There's some things you may need to assess when it comes down to investing, you know, your futures around someone who invests in interest, but to that degree. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that there's nothing wrong with still having a bond with that person, being cordial with that person. You know what I'm saying? Still having an actual friendship with that person. You know what I mean? Showing that person that you can still be a friend. You know what I mean? But hey, man, it might be just you called to actually service as a parent. And find you a love that is actually for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's not something you really solely got to seek. It's all about you just focusing on, like I said, conditioning yourself, focusing on what you have going on in your life, and then whatever you got going on is gonna be in alignment with or fall within the interest of a woman. And she's gonna just up and accelerate to whatever rate you're at. You follow me? And she's gonna automatically concern herself with your concerns or whatever you already have going on for yourself. You see what I'm saying? So me doing what I'm doing this, and I'm just going along, progressively going along with my life. And whoever my woman is gonna come. You follow me? I'm not trying to. I leave myself open to, the potentiality of a woman being somebody in my life or making herself substantial. But like I said, bro, like it's not something that I would advise you to just go out seeking. And then if you just need that emotional comfort and shit, that's where I think the whole you being incarcerated or really gaining that sense of a true independence as a man, and gaining that esteem to be able to know how to comfort yourself, be so secure in yourself where you don't really actually need the exterior, affection from another to keep going. You know what I'm saying? To drive you. You don't need those things. You know what I mean? I'm here and I'm having to push past. Damn, I've been going 12 years. So you gotta think like, I've gone that long, motherfucker treat me as if I'm already dead. You know what I'm saying? Everybody I grew up with don't. You know what I mean? So it's not like I had to gain an independence and an esteem within myself to know how to, not live for no one or the people and not invest myself around, some type of companionship with others. You know what I'm saying? I think that, we need people in our lives, yeah, but that's not something that is an actual priority. You follow me? I think that, God gives us the stability of our own limbs, our own leg and arm in our head to be able to, you follow me, fend for ourselves, to be able to progress in our individuality, and if we're not secure in that and grounded in that, we'll always be swaying to and fro, you know what I'm saying? And we'll always be unstable with our emotions, and we'll never be sure or grounded or really confident in what we believe. We'll never be able to set out on our own to take leadership in anything. You follow me? So this is something that is really actually conditioning you to gain that type of independence, where you can actually truly lead outside of, seeking the emotional comfort or affection from another, the support from others. You follow what I'm saying? And this is what this is about, And here, man, it ain't a easy pill to swallow, but when you make it through this shit, bro, I swear to God, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna see it, the independence on you. They're gonna see it within your essence, bro. It's not like something that they can overlook. They're gonna already know you just that firm within yourself. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna see that independence. They're gonna see it. It's not something, it's gonna be so in your personification, it's not something that they can just make irrelevant. You know what I mean? And a woman will acknowledge that and find security in that, because she's gonna want to be secure in that way. And you're gonna be able to provide it, being that it was something that was granted to you through this experience. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something, man, that I advise for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's a better woman for you. Not something that, you're having to try to make yourself relevant, and they're like, hell no, bro. Nah, don't even run yourself weary, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, try not to do that. And once you ground yourself and you gain that real actual, like when God actually furnishes and becomes so substantial and relevant in your life for real, that area where you kind of seek that comfort, it's going to be not a necessity anymore. It's not even going to be something that weighs on you, bro. You're going to be so in the reciprocity in the exchange with God to where it's like, there's your independence now. You see what I'm saying? To where a woman is going to see that. It's going to be so fucking potent, bro. Like, she's going to gravitate to that. You know what I mean? And it takes one to know one. So, I'm in that state of being now to where I know that it's undeniable. I know that a woman is not. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, bro, like, stand firm in you, bro, in who you are, for real. You know what I'm saying? And know your worth, bro. Like, I'm telling you, bro, you got to know your worth. Don't ever think less of yourself or think that you're not. Man, you just came back from the TC with your own money. Instead of blowing it in, you can make more money. But You know what I'm saying? If you were able to fend for yourself that long when you went to TC and boom, when you would have got out, bro, you wouldn't have needed nobody. I'm pretty sure you're not trying to shack up with no woman as soon as you get out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, your independence is gonna be so on you, man. You ain't gonna have nothing to worry about, bro. Promise you that. And a woman is gonna really, really want to be a part of that type of independence. She's gonna find so much security in that demeanor. You follow me? In that demeanor, it's not gonna be something she can deny. I promise you, bro. Yeah, man, hold your head, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gonna grow strength from strength for real.